Welcome back to another episode of Solid Concrete, where I give you not so much stories about how something is built, but how day to day, goes on in construction, the people you meet, things you see. So let's get into it, man. So in this video, I'll mention, I'm gonna call it characters. I think I may have mentioned that before briefly, but we'll dive into specific people, right? So I'll go into, so one of the first jobs I had was, down in Fort Lauderdale, and building we're building this marina, and we had this one guy named Donnie. So shout out to Donnie if he ever sees this video, man. This dude was a fucking trip. See, back then when I used to smoke, I thought, I'd wait after work, blah blah blah, chill, whatever. Not this motherfucker. This fucking guy, during lunch or during whatever break we had, 15-minute break and then our half-hour break, he would sit in the car. We would, okay, cool, smoke a bowl. All right, cool. He would spark up a joint. God damn, I'd be like, all right, cool, I'm good. Nah, he pull out a bong. The whole fucking deal, bro. And back then, I didn't even think about it, didn't even care, didn't even think I smelled. Bro, we reeked. And not on top of the fact that we did it in his car. We hotboxed it. So I would think that we wouldn't smell, and, got your shades on, whatever, and you're working, and it's fucking hot as fuck, stoned as shit, and people looking at you, other workers looking at you like what the fuck? Not knowing, bro, I reek. And then, of course, luckily, we're cool with the superintendent. He comes up to us and says, yo, you guys smell like complete fucking shit. Like a straight pound I just smacked on top of your head, and now you reeking it, And that's what we would do, man. We would not, especially this guy, he would not care. Spark up wherever. As we're working, hammering in the fucking board, whatever, sparking the joint. To where even when we smoke like a 200 feet away, 300 feet away, fucking superintendent, luckily, man, this guy was cool, bro. Cool as fuck. He would come out to us and be like, bro, I can smell that shit from the other side of the job site. Put it out. Luckily, he was cool like that. And that's the thing, though, with, construction is if you almost want someone who uses, in a sense, because guy gets injured, he's got to come into work the next day. He can't do workman's comp. He'll fail a drug test. So when someone gets hurt and he say, yo, you good? You need a test? Nope. I'll be into work that next day or continue working that same day. So, but yeah, man, Donnie was a trip. This guy did everything, but with everything, always came that bag of weed, bro. Everywhere. But straight hippie dude, cool ass dude too. So shout out to you, Donnie. And then another guy, which I think every construction crew probably has. This guy named Mickey. This guy, you can, I wouldn't do it, but you got guys who would fucking verbally abuse him, call him names, do whatever to him, and he would still do the job. You tell him to go pick up fucking rocks for 8 hours to 10 hours a day, that's what he would do. Go do this, go hop in the water, go build me a fucking dock. He would do everything. This guy would constantly get yelled at by everybody. And you meet a lot of dudes that have sad stories and stuff. And this one in particular, he was one of those sad stories, unfortunately. And you can tell that maybe he nickel and dabbled in the hardcore drugs. But with him, it was a little hard to tell. But I knew he smoked weed, right? And when we had a job in Texas, he was always working hard, whatever, working late. And then there was a few times where I would stop by. I would leave work early and he would still stay home, and he would tell me to meet him at like his motel or whatever in the middle of fucking nowhere. And I would see like his girl or his wife like walk out of random rooms and walk around and it's like, yo, what are you doing? Come to find out, she's fucking other dudes for money, like putting herself out there while he's at work in these different motel rooms, because she would stay home. When you go out of town, some of these guys would bring their families, and in this case, he had his wife and 2 kids. And fuck, man, it's sad because she would probably leave the kids in the room by themselves, and then she would go off, do her thing, and then go right back, They would smoke in front of the kids, do all this shit. It's sad, these stories that you hear with these construction guys and what kids go through and and stuff like that. So, and this is the same dude that when we went out and had another job, we had a job up in Panama City, and which it's like not, bro, like half an hour to an hour away from Alabama. This is very fucking close. And he gets pulled over with another coworker, and he wasn't driving, but sure enough, the cop asked for his license, and granted, I don't think he had to, but he did anyway. He had a warrant out for him in Alabama, where he's originally from. This story made me sad. I was like, bruh. So he's driving with his wife, and I believe they get pulled over, right? They get pulled over, and they get pulled over with weed on them. Cop asked whose it was. I believe he even said that it belonged to his wife. Like, he didn't tell the cop this, but he told me this later, that it belonged to his wife, that his wife had been smoking the joint, and he took the heat for it. Which is crazy, because he went for a joint. This motherfucker, got arrested, did the whole deal. I believe he bailed out on trial for that, and then sure enough, he had a warrant out for his arrest, but he was working in Florida, so they weren't going to go out of their way to get him. But sure enough, when you're that close, boom, they cuffed him in, man, and they took him back to Alabama, and I believe he did a decent time, bro. Like, probably a year in jail for that, which is fucking crazy. A year in jail for a fucking joint. But it's crazy, because you'll see it up North Florida, Alabama, these southern states, they'll even have signs up that say, zero drug tolerance, so they'll get you for whatever. They will fucking throw the book at you for something as small as a joint. So, but yeah, man, you'll come across a lot of characters, a lot of stories. Everybody's got their story. You got your story. So, but I will definitely keep talking more about these guys and stuff like that. A lot of guys, man. A lot of guys have their story. So, like I said, man, I'll give you another one. I got a couple of them where a project manager, just one of those that would drink at work and take breath mints and think that would fucking help, right? But all these guys, for the most part, man, were cool ass dudes, man. Everyone's got their vice, everyone's got their vice. And like I said, too much of anything is a bad thing, right? So, but there it is, man. I'll definitely keep showing y'all some more stuff, more stories. I appreciate you tuning in. Stay solid, all right?